Okay, where to begin? I suppose the beginning would be fitting. My name is Jacob, and I'm a normal, carefree Pokemon fan. A few months ago, I went to this new pawn shop that opened up in town. It was named, if my memory is correct, Gold, Silver, and Games Pawn. Not the best name, I know. I went there, and I was looking through their stock when something struck my eye. It was Pokemon Gold. It looked like it was in pretty good condition, except, here's the weird thing. The game sticker had a shadow of a Chikorita on it. Strange, right? I simply shrugged it off at the time, and I bought the game. $5, it's a good deal, right? I went home and got out my Game Boy Color, popped that game in, and turned it on. I suddenly jumped up when I heard this strange music. No, it wasn't Lavender Town. It was a bunch of loud, annoying keys randomly put together. I quickly turned the volume off and started the game. I was planning on it having no saves, but to my surprise, it had one. Oil, I asked out loud. What the fuck is that type of name? I didn't like the name, but I started it, and I was at somewhere. It just had question mark, question mark, question mark as the name, and it was surrounded by trees. Again, I shrugged it off. I opened up the options and went to Pokemon, and to my surprise yet again, I found a Chikorita in it. Its name was Oil. It was a level gibberish. Yes, gibberish. It just had random dots. I selected it, and I nearly shat a brick. The Chikorita's eyes were bleeding oil, and so was its mouth. Underneath it was a bottle catching the disgusting gunk. I had to keep myself from puking. I literally screamed, what type of sick fuck would make this? I left the screen and I went to items. Even creepier, all the items were bottles of oil. I nearly puked again. When I went back to the overworld, I started walking up, or should I say, the player did. I tried to make him stop, but he kept walking. A cutscene was triggered. Question mark, question mark, question mark? Why did you do this to me? The player looked around. I did nothing to you. The player stopped. Gibberish. Then the player began going nuts on screen, running around everywhere topsy-turvy. Then he stopped and seemed to fall with red pixels forming around his body, but the red quickly turned black. Next thing I know, Oil is right beside the player. Oil, you made me suffer. Now you must as well. Night-night, Jacob. I jumped and screamed, how the fuck do you know my name? Then the game turned off and it wouldn't work no matter what I did. I pulled the cartridge out and looked at the insides. They were covered in oil.